If you want to be successful, find out what the price is and then pay it. Scott Adams. My friends, our price, 10 to 15 minutes each and every day following these markets. And look how simple it is. All you have to do is literally watch for the trend to change. This is a chart that we call a trackable chart, a chartable chart. Why is that? Because you have nice price movement. It goes from red to green, from green to red. And also you have things that are key indicators for us. Like you see here where this red, let me move this, got this stuff right here in the center. There we go. You can see where on the week of October 10, we hit a lower low, higher volume. And of course, after it had tried right here back on the week beginning the 26th of September, then you had some indecision. Then they tested the bottom. That is the market makers, the insiders. It didn't work. And then what happened? Things switched over and started moving up. We've got great trainings on volume on how all this works. I'll put the volume training into today's video. Those of you who are subscribers, we've got a great other training for you that always comes out in the emails for you. But again, as we watch, we see that in almost all these moves, and this is just the S&P 500, there is the ability to see the price change and to be able to get in. We do this primarily on the weekly chart. Now, I'm not averse if you've got other charts that work really well. And again, you can look at the 2-day and it doesn't work as well as the weekly. And the nice thing about using the weekly is what? You get bigger moves, more sustained moves, more price change, which means more potential profit in your practice trades. You can look at the half day too. It doesn't work as well. But the nice thing about the weekly is it tends to, with these Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, understanding volume, using trend lines, it tends to work much, much better for you. Are they all perfect trades? No, they're not. But if you use our always winning formula, if you use the ATR and set that with your profit and loss bands using these handy little prediction tools over here for the long or short position, you pull out, if it doesn't work, at 1 ATR on the 2-day chart, means it's failed, and you get out and you take that loss. You only have to win, if you do the 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio, 4 out of 10 times to have profit in the market. Prove that to yourself by practice trading. We're not here to give you market advice. We're not a stock calling service. We're an education firm, but practice with us each and every day. See how this works for you. We'll start with the S&P 500. And by the way, hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. I sure did. Out of state, got my lungs healed up being out west. I'm feeling a lot better, breathing a lot better, and it's good to be back. Took the red eye last night. Still awake, bringing this to you. So what do we see when we look at the S&P 500? We see that volume has switched over to red here. You can see that. Again, not a lot of volume, first day of the week. But you can see that, again, we do have a green candle growing. We do have price on the 2-day and the half-day above the weekly trend line. We'll see how the week continues to develop. And so we're still just waiting, watching, seeing what's going to go on there. We look at the 2-day chart and we can see where we hit the high on the Monday, Tuesday candle of last week, the 3rd and 4th of April. So again, market struggling to stay up. We will be looking to see if it's going to stay up and rebound more over the course of the week. Maybe hit the most recent past high around that 417, 418 mark or so. Well, let's see. What was the high? We can look. 418.31. So we'll see if that's going to be some type of ceiling there. Maybe it won't be, but right now we'll wait, watch, and see. Like we said, S&P up 0.10%. NASDAQ 100 down 0.06%. Again, very small changes in the market day. Monday not starting off jamming up or down. But what we see on stocks, at least, what we see is, again, where things pretty much topped out all the way back on the week beginning 26th of March and sliding sideways. And again, not starting off with a bang. Red on the volume on both the 2-day and the weekly, and we can see price coming down on that 2-day, touching the weekly trend line. We can see where the half day has rotated down and has really just been sliding sideways for several days now. So we'll be keeping an eye on what's going on with stocks and where they will be going. Now, the big downer for the day is 20-year bonds. We can see that on this half-day chart, down in the morning, about the same in the afternoon, again sitting on this weekly trend line. Have we bounced off? Are we bouncing off again this ceiling where it's hit 1, 2, 3 or so times? We will keep an eye on that. See if we're going to see a rotation over on bonds going down. If we pierce the weekly trend line on this half-day chart, 2-day starts to do the same. We already have red volume. We'll pay close attention and just see what there is to learn as the week moves forward. Gold pulling back a little bit also. The gold miners have been doing really well for me in that trade, as has silver in a practice trade I've been in for quite a while, been doing very well, and I'm keeping a close eye on what's going on here. We can see where the market peaked last week at a high of 188.86, close day 185.13. Week starting off weekly, red on the volume on the 2-day and the weekly, and we will keep an eye on where things are. Haven't pierced our weekly trend line on either the 2-day or the half-day chart, so we'll wait, watch, and see. The big gainer for the day is Bitcoin up 4.63% on our VanEck Bitcoin Strategy ETF. Just a reminder, this is not 24-hour day traded Bitcoin. This is an ETF that tracks Bitcoin. So you can actually buy it, in the market. You don't have to go to one of these crypto exchanges to do it. Not that I'm telling you to ever go out and buy any Bitcoin. I'm just saying it's traded like a stock here. And what do we see? The high for the day, of course, this is the first day of the new week, 29.48. What was the prior high back on the week beginning the 20th of March? That was 29.18. So we are a little bit higher. Just looking 28.48, 28.76. So 29.12 and 29.48. So we are reaching a higher high. Again, things have been sort of sliding sideways for the last several weeks, although Bitcoin looks like it might be trying to move up again. We see it was up in the morning, further up in the afternoon. This latest 2-day candle is booming above those prior highs. So we will keep an eye on things. Nice gain for the day, but what are we really waiting for? Compare this Bitcoin chart, friends, to what you see on, say, the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ 100 or 20-year bonds or gold. And of course, compare it and you see how nicely the S&P rotates around, giving you opportunities. Plenty of stocks look this way that give you nice green candles, then followed by red candles for a while, followed by green candles. And of course, you don't want your jumping in point to be so fluxy that by the time it bottoms out, it gives you no ability to make any profit, get in, make a profit, and get out before it reverses on you. You want things that are trackable. You don't see that so much in Bitcoin. In fact, the 2-day chart might be a little bit easier, but that's not even easy to follow. Remember, we want viability. We want profitability. That is our viability. We want to be able to use the skills we have to be able to track price change. That's all we care about. Is the stock or ETF going up or down? I don't care what it is. Now, I don't buy the sin stocks. I'm not going to buy MO, Altria, because I'm not going to support cigarette stocks and that kind of stuff. That's my own morals. Whatever your morals are, other than that, I really don't care what the company does. I don't care if they're coal mining. I don't care if they're making airplanes. I don't care if they're a farm implement company. I don't care what it is. If I can track it and trade it, that's what I want. I want something that moves in discernible patterns that are easy to see, to jump in. It's liquid. I can jump in about the same price within pennies that I can sell it for. So I don't jump in and immediately have a loss and have to make that up before I can even make any money. So again, practice trade this stuff to learn how it works. And if you're a Patreon member, of course, we give you, the minute you sign up at any of the 3 levels, guess what? We give you the 3-part series, Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. So if you want to start practice trading options, there's your entree. Become a Patreon member, support the work we do here. We'll give you that free training as a Patreon member, and boom, you're on your way to even start practicing that. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.